Skyward Sword HD is now officially out, and for those who aren't a fan of motion controls and have been holding out on buying the game, I'm here to detail the Pro Controller experience to hopefully help your purchasing decision. Hey, what's going on guys? It's Ryan here from Game Essays. For more Zelda content, make sure to both hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Getting into today's video, I want to quickly detail my experience so far with Skyward Sword HD using exclusively the Pro Controller. Now, I'm only about 2.5 hours into the game, which, you know, with a long intro like Skyward Sword means I'm not really that far yet, but I do feel like I have enough experience using the button controls to give you guys an idea. If you haven't played the game yet, you're not sure if you want to buy it, and you're wondering how good are the button controls really? Were they just tacked on so that people on the Switch Lite could play it, or are they actually worth using through an entire playthrough? Right away, I'm just going to say the biggest issue is the free camera. Now, if you're using motion controls, your right stick is the free camera like you would expect for most games on the Nintendo Switch. But you have to hold the L button with the button controls to use the free camera because the right stick is normally used for Link's sword. So this really feels uncomfortable, unnatural. So I ended up honestly just giving up using it, and you can use the ZL button rather to just center the camera behind you, which is basically what the whole game of the Wii version was like. There was no free camera in the Wii version. So that's the biggest hang up. I personally am used to non-free camera. I still play Ocarina of Time on the N64, so I'm used to it, so it doesn't bother me that much. But if that is a big issue for you, I would recommend maybe it's not for you, or to use the motion controls. But if you're really against motion controls, then you're probably not going to be happy with the free camera. Otherwise, I think moving around as Link, climbing, all of the stuff where you're just using Link and not the sword is perfectly fine. Flying around honestly feels great. You move up and down with the left stick, and it just feels pretty natural, to be honest with you. Swordplay, again, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but I honestly was surprised how good it was. I was going in expecting that I wasn't going to use the button controls for very long, but I wanted to try them out, and I actually never switched away from them. The only thing you really have to worry about with the sword combat is that I find it's best if you think of it kind of like having to do a flicking motion to one way or the other, and then always resetting the right stick to neutral position. Otherwise, it gets a little bit confusing, and sometimes the sword slash won't register. But if you just want to slash to the right and you just flick the stick to the right and then kind of let go of it to let it reset, that generally seems to work best. Obviously, if you want to kind of go do a left to right motion or something, that usually ends up being fine, or an up and down motion. Those usually work out, but if you wanted to do an up slash and then slash to the right or something like that, I do recommend, like I said, after you do that upward slash, let it kind of go back to neutral position and then do the right slash. That's the way I found works best. Shield combat or shield reflecting and everything, honestly is really, really good. That was an issue I kind of had with timing the shield bashes on the Wii version. That was one of the few issues I think I had with the Wii motion controls for myself personally, but just clicking the left stick actually feels really, really good. So all the shield stuff is great. And that's pretty much it. I just want to give a super quick take on my experience with the button controls so far, so I really hope this is helpful for people who are holding out and people who just weren't sure, even if there was Pro Controller support. Obviously there is, I've been using it. But yeah, let me know if this was helpful, and make sure to like and subscribe for more Zelda content. There will be a Skyward Sword HD review from me down the line. It's going to take a little while because I'm going to make sure it's exactly how I want it, but it will be out hopefully next month. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.